But here's the thing, frickin' banjo and no fanfare. This is all good for us if we don't lose our minds like Banjo. Banjo has lost his mind. Is pissing me off. If they're lying, I'm lying.
But when you deceive, you're actually trying very hard to set things up in such a way to ensure or guarantee as much as possible that the truth will not be discovered.
Was 24-hour sun in Antarctica acted? Quick and summary video that questions the veracity of the footage at the Union Glacier base. The first question is, why did the channel The Final Experiment remove all the videos it had posted of Antarctica from its channel? Why it would have been the first time that flight radar followed the flight route from Punta Arenas to the Union Glacier base, where over 100 people have been flying for the marathon for 10 years. Why are all the shots of the interviewees taken from a fixed camera like the astronauts do on the alleged ISS? Why is there this telephoto lens that should also move up and down in addition to turning to follow the sun when you only show a video, this one, where you can see the shadow of this mountain, where the other shadows are dubious, and if we use filters, you can clearly see the break between a background and the foreground. Why don't you see anyone go beyond this point?
For somebody like me and like you, we've never been in the South.
Never been in the South.
Never been in the South. Never been in the South. Never been in the South.
I know them. I've met them. I've hung out with them. I consider them good friends.
So at least we know we have two solid guys.
Hello, my dear friends. Hope you guys are doing fine today. Please give me a quick mic check. Sometimes I see on my phone says that my mic's not working, so just give me a quick feedback. So hope you guys are doing fine. Hello, Michigan's in the house. Victoria from Sweden. So I'm really happy to be here another weekend. And I hope everyone is doing fine today. So I've got some few friends here, Michigan. And hello, all of you. Welcome to the show. I hope we're going to have a good show today. I want to start sharing my friend from Brazil. The thing is, like in the US, this is really popular. It's a very, very popular dish, peas and carrots. Peas and carrots is really popular. So something, when we say something goes together just like peas and carrots, means it matches, it's like a perfect combination or a dish that it's inseparable. You need to have both together. They don't go well separately. They go better if you prepare them, together. So that's why those guys, we're going to be talking about them today a bit, not spending a whole time, but they are just like peas and carrots because they have been working together behind the scene. So we'll be talking this in just a minute. Let me just greet everybody else. And then we will move on. So I think my mic is all right. I think my sound is good, right? So welcome to the show, everyone. Louisiana is in the house. Thank you, Garth. Louisiana. We got Holland in the house. So many people from all over the plane. My friend, Flat Earth Patriot from Calgary, Canada. So thanks for being here, every one of you, each and every one of you. The fake earthers, yes, totally. So sometimes, people ask me, about, I'm always covering TFE. It's because they have given us enough content for a lifetime of debunking. Like it's such a, like somebody says here. Thankfully, nobody knows who these TFE guys are. Yeah, hello Amanda. How are you, Michigan? The house too. So a lot of good people joining in. Thanks for being here. Texas is in the house too. Hello, Texas. I drove through Texas back, I think it was in 2005. Big state, like took more than a day, I guess. We had to sleep. Uh, as soon as we entered Texas, I think we found a hotel. The next day we drove all day, and at the end of the day we were still in Texas. So it's a big place. Ohio's in the house too. Thanks, Victoria. Sounds good. All right, so yeah, they were all making a script, and we will be talking specific about that one today. Right. So let me share my screen. Start by sharing my screen. Got a few. Let's start with the Bible verse. Very important Bible verse, one of my favorites. God, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things. So there is no communication between man and God except through Jesus Christ. We don't have any prophets today. No prophecies, everything is through Jesus Christ only. That's how he speaks to us. He speaks to us today. Shout out to my friend from Australia, Billy Zig, and his wonderful book, The Elusive Curve. He went to a meetup, and people had both books over there, his book and my book. So shout out to you, Billy Zig. Thank you so much for sharing this picture. Very nice to see, you know, people sharing truth, right? Another shout out to my friend Albino Gallupini in Italy. They're having a conference in, it's always written in Italian here. So if you are from Italy, if you can read Italian, Conferenza Tudia Lutra Storia, I think it's like the fake history. Albino Gallupini will be there, Sara Gamberoni, Adrian Van Veronheld, Stefano Vitti, della forma della terra, that's the shape of the earth. So that's contact information. If you are in Europe, interested in attending, especially if you are in Italy, that's the Luciano Saurini at alice.it phone number there. It's going to be on Sunday, March 29th, 2026, Hotel Garda, from 9 to 18, it's like all day, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 50 euros, I believe. Coffee and breakfast and included. Okay, that's my Italian. Okay, that's what I could understand out of this. So shout out to my friend Albino Gallupini. We have had we are supposed to have a live stream together, but our time zones are messed up. I really like this picture here. Someone in the USA, they have a curtain, the Gleason's map curtain, really nice. Everybody who drives by at night can see the Gleason's map display there. Really nice. Let me see what else. So I want to share this one here with you guys because why is this important? Well, because back in 2020, when the whole pandemic started, especially the QAnon, it was a psyop. And I remember getting messages say, "Oh, don't worry, don't do anything because right now in Guantanamo Bay, all those celebrities are being like, like unalived, And she just posted this video. So you see that QAnon, another psyop. So many people fell for that stuff. And I was the one that I said, no, this is a psyop. See, this is the lady who went to space, supposedly with Katy Perry. So there you see, she lost some weight, but she had not been unalived in Guantanamo Bay in 2020. There was a big psyop and a lot of things that we have to talk today about it. Another one here that I start to think is psyop, this guy here supposedly, he denounced, he exposed Tom Hanks for, CP. And this guy looks just like him. This is a Rothschild's, he just like, straighten his hair. But look, they look alike. So I don't know. I'm still looking at this. After Charlie Kirk, I don't believe those, killings, assassinations. I think they all are actors, just like the TFE puppets, all actors working together behind the scene. We do all those psyops, a lot of psyops. Yeah, man, I think you're able to understand that Italian stuff, right? So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the good words, nice words. Thank you so much. That's all we need. Jesus Christ is our prophet. He speaks through us. He is the intermediate between us and the Father, right? That's what it is. All right, so let's cover this TFE stuff here. Because they have given us. Oh yeah, I had shared this also. I was supposed to share this last week. So this is NASA put out a couple of videos 2-3 weeks ago of them doing some maintenance in space, and this video is really interesting because it shows the astronaut with 3 legs. So that was most likely they released some AI, because when you do AI stuff, you have 3 hands with 6 fingers, 7 fingers, or 4 fingers sometimes. 3-leg people. And I think this is a case because this astronaut here has 3 legs. So most likely those were AI generated image. And the sheeple, the normies love that. They think it's real. And but you see those the images that they just uploaded a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago of a spacewalk, and some of them were doing some maintenance in space. And but this astronaut has 3 legs, so pretty much AI generated, not real thing. And armies will never question that stuff. They just won't question. Shout out to Flat Earth Deplorable. He shared some images that we're going to share today. But this is YouTube back in 2019. We piloted an update on our system in the US to limit recommendations of borderline content and harmful misinformation, such as videos promoting a phony miracle cure for a serious illness or claiming the earth is flat. So it's very frustrating because I search my own videos and I can't find them. When I go to my channel and for example, I type I try to have almost of all my compilations. I have Flat Earth in the title right there. You see, more and more women are researching Flat Earth. The Bible is a Flat Earth book, and I capitalize, he sits upon the circle of the Flat Earth. I'm about to jump on the Flat Earth boat. I always try, because when I type Flat Earth, I want to find my own videos, and I can't find my own videos, because they hide in such a way, the tables are, the game is rigged in the globe favor, So if the globe needs this type of protection, it's of course a psyop. It's being pushed by the mainstream media and the system governments and everything. So we know right there that the globe is a big lie. All right. So let's get started here with our presentation with this TFE, just like peas and carrots. So I continuously hammer down these shields, these puppets, these doll, these uh, you know actors, because we all know when YouTube back in 2017, 18 started this whole uh, censorship on flat Earth, and the lady, I think I have her video here. I'll play in a minute. The YouTube CEO, I guess, I don't know how you say it. She on a Congress hearing, she said, "Well, we have allocated funds to fight back, uh, to fight back those conspiracies, as she called." And then right there, we saw the Fight the Flat Earth guy, and we saw the McKeegan guy. This is McKeegan right here, and we saw McToon. They all came to scene it right there, you know. And immediately we know, everybody knew they were actors placed there by the system, you know? It doesn't matter what, if they might not even believe the earth is a globe, but they are actors, they are paid for that. So why were these guys even engaging with them? I question David Wise a lot. Say, why you are even giving any credit to these guys? Why are you even engaging with them? Was Jaron engaged with McToon so much? You know, and with Flight the Flat Earth and this other guy here also fake debating this guy, So why were all of them? Well, the answer is because they are just like peas and carrots. They were all meant from the same pot, from the same stew, vegetable stew. They were all brewed together, brought along with this intent of control. We have the control opposition, David Wise and his team, and the opposition, but they all work together. They are all in on it, all of them working together. And this is, shout out to Flatter Deplorable again, because the three here, with Sid, Jeranism, and the Kingdom in Context, all engaging with these guys, always engaging with these guys here, right? I think this guy, no, it's not Wolf. It's somebody is messaging me lately. So all control opposition, okay? Another one, control opposition, flat earthers who promote drinking pee, you know. Yeah, this is, I don't always drink my, but when I do, I call it urine therapy. So all these guys making, these two here, I mean, it's all making flat earth look as stupid as it can be, all of them, all this control. Yeah, and I really I have to give a shout out to Eric Dubay. He just put out a video. He called them out all, back in 2015, 16, especially Patricia Steer, because her show was Flat Earth and other hot potatoes, and she would touch all the other hot potatoes, but never Flat Earth, you know. Filmmakers here, all these TFE actors that, what's his name? I forgot his Mark Harmon. That was the Candace Owens, which is another control opposition puppet. And, he is a filmmaker, a cameraman, worked for NBC, all those TV stations. So to expect those people were flat earthers going to Antarctica, I mean, this is a joke. And you heard, that's why I played that video of Dave Wise. Oh, it's going to be good for flat earth, Oh, if it's not for Banjo, yeah, big 33 here, all of them 33, another 33 to both 33 degrees here. And I'll show you, I mean, I'm going to play the video right here. I think I still have it. I think I still have it here. Let me see. Now I do. I just gotta find it where it is. 33. Where is it? It's a short video. Don't know where it is. I gotta find it. But anyway, I'll find it today. I'll play. You know, all of them. If not 33, but they are all on the club, in the club anyway. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but that's fine. I'll upload it. So anyway, uh, all these guys working together, you know, all of them. Flat earthers find out they are wrong. Flat earthers travel to Antarctica. All control a position, all puppets, all, shields. Disgusting shields, disgusting. These guys are disgusting. They are, I mean, totally disgusting people. Here you see it again. I have said this several times. Look at Jaden looking at the mountain south. His shadow, Jaden's shadow gives him away. He's facing northwest. Okay, they never went live showing the sun behind the mountain. Never, because it would never be. What they have is just a video. All right, somebody put this one out some time ago. That's their supposed live stream, of the sun, which was not a live stream actually, it was a recorded image. A lot of inconsistencies there. And this one, it was from Keegan. This video was supposedly from Keegan. And you see there where the sun is, it rises a little, a bit, there. But you're gonna find something really weird in the show right now. Right there, when McToon is walking around, and I highlighted this like right away. If you guys remember, I think my very first video I did, it was just debunking. Hey, this sun, look at when he's talking, and then the sun is so up high in the sky. Look at that sun. I mean, that's like 30 degrees, or more above the sky. I think it's like 30 degrees or even more than that. Impossible. Why they show a sun just barely above the horizon on their live stream, and then they show another sun that's maybe like 30 degrees above, or even way before that, more than that. So many inconsistencies in this TFE. Look at there how the sun is low right now. But they never went live showing that image. They never went live. So, I went live when they were supposed to be. And now my friends in Brazil, many people, Globers and Flat Earthers in Brazil, we were only like 3 hours difference from midnight in Union Glacier. They were all expecting them to go live at midnight, and they never did. And there you see Mike Toon walking behind the sun. How can this even be possible? So clowns, a whole bunch of clowns put together. This TFE was like a clown show. A whole bunch of clowns, shields, control opposition, and supposedly the bunkers put together, all members of the same agency, most likely, completely. I mean, that's why nobody knows. And this guy here calling Nathan Thompson from there, calling, Nathan Oakley. Who cares about these people? Nobody knows them, Out of this small circle of flat earthers, nobody knows them. So I mean, those guys are not even smart. Even how will they show a documentary, let's say, all over in Brazil, whatever? Shout out to Zetetic Truth Tube for this video. And people don't even care about these people, don't even know who they are. I mean, so these guys are they're so dumb, I gotta say that, so dumb. These people are the dumbest, both the controller position, all those perhaps plants, NASA plants. I heard, being on flat Earth for some time. I heard some of them are NASA actually. you know, or whatever ABC agents they have there, but totally dumb agents. If these guys, sorry for the agents who are hiring them, you hire the worst of the worst, the dumbest agents that you could put in place, the dumbest. Those guys are damn, you know, those are, guys are wasting your money with those agents because they are completely dumb people, completely dumb people. And, if you guys from these agents are listening to the show today, you hire completely incompetent people, to pull this off. Those guys are, I mean, they are a joke. They have given us a lot of things to laugh about, to make fun of. And, I mean, it's just like, it's a joke, It's such a joke watching that, the TFE stuff, Central casting, yes, exactly. They are all central casting. Just like what's her name again? I just said Candace Owens and all those people. Yes, I remember that. She outed her friend who works for NASA when she won the TFE golden ticket. Yes, I remember. Oh, my NASA friend will be happy. Yeah, something like that. She mentioned something. So all working for them. So I did hear this several years ago that some of them are NASA actually. Don't know who. I kind of have an idea, but NASA, you hire the worst. I mean, you could have done better, unless you wanted to realize that the whole thing is a stunt. Like to see how dumb Globers are. Because they believe all that stuff. I just had, sometimes I go on TikTok. I listen. I don't go live. I listen to sometimes, and these guys they're bringing this TFE as proof. Proof of what? You know, why don't we? Why didn't we have the 2025 solstice? Where are the 100 racers there? Where are the at least 100 live stream a year we should have of that to suppose 24 hours, and we don't. And we have had that race for like 10, 15 years. It's a complete joke. So these guys are dumb, and I mean, they are over the board, as far as being dumb. Right? So let me share this picture one more time, because these are the agents who supposedly was going to debunk flat Earth. These clowns right here the ones who were supposed to debunk flat Earth. God made the mockery out of them, all of them, because some of the dumbest guys put together. The dumbest, and there are more. I have shown several others. The supporting, the guys who supported these people here. And they are all on it, whatever club they belong to. They are all in on it, right? And I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I'm gonna play a song here real quick. First song of the day. I want to thank this person. I'm gonna play the song. The credits is here. So let's listen to our first song of the day. This one. Level means flat.
Sitting in science class today, teacher tried to make me sway. Said the earth was like a ball, but I ain't buying that at all. The water always finds its level, that's a fact I can't settle. Look around and you can see Earth is flat, I guarantee. Level means flat, not curved. Why are you absurd? Got your fancy degree, but you can't fool me. Level needs a container, can't wrap around no equator. If the earth was really round, everything would slide right down. Common sense is on my side, all your math just doesn't fly. You can keep your NASA lies, I've got proof before my eyes. Oh, means flat, not curved, why are you absurd? Got your fancy degree, but you can't fool me. Level means flat, not curved, why are you absurd? Go read your textbooks, I know what I see. Listen up, professor, I've got news for you. All your calculations just aren't coming through. Take a look at railways, they're perfectly straight. No compensation for your supposed curve rate. Water in a lake sits perfectly still. No bend, no curve, just level until the edge where it stops, contained by the rim. You're spinning baller, those chances are slim. I did my research and now I see the truth is simpler than it might seem. Don't need equations or a PhD, just trust your eyes, that's all you need. Why are you? Level means flat, not curved. Why are you absurd? Got your fancy degree, but you can't fool me. Level means flat, not curved. Why are you absurd? Go read your textbooks, I know what I see.
A great song. That's Green Day style. Thank you, brother. Thank only up. That is 736. That's his song he sent to me, and I told him I was gonna play it. So great song. Thank you for collaborating. It's on the playlist, guys. All the songs are here. Just go to my channel, playlist right there, Flat Earth Music. Okay, I just added that song, and I want to go ahead and talk about one right here. So I have this playlist called Right Triangle Rate of Descent. So why is this important? Let me explain. Let me just remove this real quick. So why is this important here? I have this playlist, and there are like 10 videos, but I could add like 100, 500 videos. So why is this important? Why I have this? Because I have people who write me, Globers, trying to tell me, look at the star, look at the crooks, like I just have a guy, I've been exchanging messages with him, like, oh, the crooks proves we live in. I don't know why these guys waste their time with me. I don't look, I don't even care. I don't even waste my time talking about the lights in the sky. That's why TFE is a complete waste of time. Because we don't need that. We live on a flat stationary Earth, and we know this day by day. There's no rate of descent. There's no airplanes calculating their descent on a rotating or a curving ball. They always, it doesn't matter the distance. Some flights, they need 120 miles, statute miles for landing. The Concorde needed 250 statute miles for landing. And that's calculated on a flat Earth, not on a ball. So I have a playlist here. Those are playlists from aviation spirits or several flight schools, flight academies, pilots, calculating. No one calculates the rate of descent on a ball. It doesn't matter if it's a small plane or a Concorde or a 789, or an Airbus. It doesn't matter. They never consider Earth to be a ball when they are descending. So this is just a playlist. If you want to see, I mean, you can watch. All of them is the same thing. They always calculate, they explain the rate of descent. It's always on a flat, non-rotating Earth. Always the 90-degree angle, the tangent here, you know, always, because there's no ball. There's no ball. Never calculate any curvature. So that's why I don't waste my time talking about this global. Oh no, because you can see the Southern Cross from South America. No, you can't. You cannot see from all three continents at the same time unless you are in the specific position and only for like 30 minutes, and that's it. So those globers, uh, I don't waste my time with them. I want to answer a question here. Have you ever been recruited to go to the dark side like those shields, Eddie? The that would they would love to get to flip on flat Earth. Most of the time, I think those guys were from the beginning. Jaron, Weiss, the whole Globebuster crew, and so many. Mark Sargent, Patricia Steer, all of them, I think they were already agents they were recruited like central casting. They were already actors ready for a role. But that's the role they were given. I don't know. Perhaps I think with City it was a flat earther who was lured to change sides. So what I can tell you is that one of the reasons that I deleted my Facebook account, and I had my Facebook account for many, many years, several years. I don't know when I first heard of Facebook, 2003, 2004. But I soon opened my account. So I had a lot of family members, friends. And when I started with Flat Earth, I had many Flat Earthers, friends. But the reason I decided to delete immediately was because I got an email. On that email, it was an invitation for me to join the club. The person who I thought was like just flat earther, he befriended me and we exchanged some messages. And then one day he sent me this message asking me if I were interested in joining the Freemasons. So at that point, I decided to delete my Facebook account because I don't want to get these kind of invitations. So, you know, that was the only time, and I gave no chance for people to invite me for those things. Not interested, and don't waste your time. Not interested at all. So shout out to my friend Yuko. She's in the house today. How are you, Yuko? Hope you're doing fine today. I plan to talk a bit about Little Season today. I have some questions, so I sent Yuko a couple messages this week. All right. So that was the time that I decided to get rid of my Facebook. And I think my good friend Flat Earth Patriot has a similar story, very similar. And, you know, they come after, they invite you, somehow, but I'm not interested. And that was it, you know. Um, so, all right. So let's move on here. I want to share something else. Share this. So I also got this by a comment somebody shared with me. So I decided to talk about it. So someone sent me a video. This video has been online for like 10 years. So I decided to know who this Dul Karnain here is. I think it is known famous in Arab stories like Iran, Iraq, Muslim countries. I think even the Quran has something about it. So I decided to find out who this person is, or was actually the place for the sunrise. So I found out that's Alexander the Great. Okay, he was the two-horned prince or king or emperor. Okay, he was given this title. So that's me there. I went online, I recorded me. That's he on a coin. Alexander the Great. He was known as this two-horned emperor or king. Right? So I did some research about it. So I wanted to know who was this king that sailed and following the path of the sun. So supposedly, according to Arab tradition, and I think there's even the Quran has something about it. This king sailed uh, following the path of the sun, and I'll show you in just a second here. His trajectory, or his journey. So the Emperor Dulkarnin continues his journey following the movement of the sun, right? So right there, this video is the one that it's been online for several years, 10 years, that shows his journey. So there's a movie, and in the movie they portray this king with the two horns as an Asian king. But according to records, that guy is Alexander the Great, not a Asian king. So that's the path of the sun. That's the explanations. See, the sun, according to them, the sun lowers when it's around the New Zealand and then climbs up in altitude. It's higher when it's in this region here, like South Atlantic, and lower when it's above New Zealand. So when they say the sun rises in New Zealand, it means rises up a bit uh, like that, rises a bit, not rising like we say sunrise in the morning, but it rises altitude, it goes higher a bit. And it's according to this king, according to the records from this king, he followed the path of the sun. So the sun, traveling over a flat earth in a circular path every 24 hours, begins its ascent from a place in New Zealand. That's according to this king, which I come to the conclusion that was Alexander the Great. Right? So he makes an ascent, like he rises up, higher a bit, according to his observations. Okay, he sailed around, following the path of the sun. So he found that the sun was rising over people who wore only the sun as their sole garment. That's all written in their books, and that's the people from Australia, the Aborigines, and New Zealand. So this is from the original video, but again, I don't believe he was an Asian. Dulkarnini notes that these people were known idolaters, but had remained in a primitive stage of civilization. He decides not to disturb them to avoid the clash of civilizations. And he continues his journey. Right? So I researched it a little bit more, and since I have come to the conclusion that we are in Satan's little season, and the world was different, was everything centered. So this is the earth according to the Greeks. If Alexander sailed around, this is the Greek mythology cosmology. So if he sailed oceans, number 5, the green here is the oceans. If he sailed around, that makes sense before the separation, before the Pangea, which now I believe happened when Jesus Christ returned in 70 AD. So all the continents were together, and he was able to sail around. And he, unlike we see when you're sailing, New Zealand would be maybe on your right, depending if you're coming from west to east. I think it was on his left, coming from west to east. And then it got separated, right? So I wanted to share this with you guys. Very interesting to know that back in history, somebody had already recorded the path of the sun. And I think there is another one more recently. I forgot his name, but also he sailed following the path of the sun. Right? Yeah, that was Flat Earth Patriot talking about, the time when he also got he got a message, like one of those friends from Facebook asking him to join the club. Yes, they do approach you, So that was my experience back several years ago. And that's why I decided right away to get rid of my Facebook. It was right there. So we're going to go ahead and play a second song for today. And then we're going to move on to the little season parts of the show that I have some interesting stuff that I want to share. While I play this song, I'm probably going to get a jacket. It's kind of cold here. My hands are really cold. And let's see which song I'm going to play. Shout out to Rick. Rick Hinckley was here last weekend, and he wasn't feeling well this weekend. We were supposed to have a chat on the phone, but he wasn't feeling well. I hope Rick, you're feeling well now, feeling better. I do have my ups and downs at sometimes. Let me see. I think I'm gonna play this song here. It's been a while since we last heard this song. Was pretty nice song, so let's listen to this song.
Hello, it's me. Indoctrination started while we were still naive, programming our beliefs. That inertia is the reason we don't feel the earth spinning. Hello, can you hear me? Did you ever stop to question the confession of gravity as a theory? Funny thing, force alone can be explained with buoyancy and density. The sun is closer than what they've told us, not 90 million miles away. Hello from the inside, I'm here to tell you not to lie. And there never was a space probe, and those planets you've left so wandering stars. Operation Fishbowl. Hello, how are you? Did you get a chance to join Flat Earth and Globe discussion group to discover all the truth? How the sun, the moon, the stars are all revolving around you. There's no more secret. The earth is stationary, it is fixed, unmovable. Hello from the brighter side. They fooled you with that CGI. While sending rockets into the sea and then faking that life. ISS
All right, guys. I don't know. Sometimes every time I try to play a song, I go on mute, so I never know if you guys can hear me or not. So let me know if my sound is fine. I couldn't hear the song that I played, so I'll have to watch it later. So shout out to Flat Earth Nurse. It's in the house. Hello, Flat Earth Nurse. Good to see you here. That was a great song. It was a classic track. Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed this song. All right, let's talk a bit about lyricism. Banjo, you are doing a great job, but please remember, for example, in the matter of Satan's lyricism, even the elect will be deceived if possible. Yes, and I understand that was written 1,000 years ago, 1,400 years ago, 2,000 years ago. We don't know, right? We don't know. And true Christian, I understand. I wasn't able to get what I wanted for this today as far as the church stuff because I still need to study this. But I understand what you mean, like the organized church, organizational church, maybe that's how we should refer to. But church, I consider to be two or three in his name. That's where Jesus will be. So a church can be two people. I think that's what we. Thanks, brother. Carl is in the house. Thanks, Carl. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about this lyricism. Okay. So are we in Satan's lyricism? I believe we are. And I'm gonna share my thoughts, being sharing them. Let's start with this. We see the leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, he just, I think he was killed. But back several years ago, people were saying he was the Antichrist. So a few months ago, I announced on Facebook that Ali Khamenei is the Antichrist. So if you guys remember, I did a whole show talking about there have been like over 20 Antichrists in my lifetime. I've been a Christian for 47 years. And every now and then somebody says, oh, this is the Antichrist. And I showed, what's his name, Pastor Dean Odo. Oh, that was the Antichrist. So the guy who just got killed a couple of weeks ago, he was considered to be the Antichrist. So that's the problems that I have with dispensationalism today. And this is I think it's the Parliament House in Iran. They have 33 windows. If you count here, 33 windows. So it's all one big club. The whole thing is like a play. They are putting together, they are making us to believe that this is prophecy when it's not prophecy. So I want you guys pay very close attention to what I have to say here. That's Genesis 10 from 2 to 5 King James Version. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz. Gomer is the son of Japheth. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz. Not the sons, Ashkenaz, not sons of Shem. First Chronicles 1 through 6. Adam, Sheth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So remember, Abraham is a descendant from Shem. But the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Malai, and Ashkenaz. So when you hear about Ashkenazi Jews, they are Europeans. This is an old map, flat earth map, like really old, like, I don't know, 1,000 years old. You have Asia, Shem, Africa, This name I can read. And Japhet in Europe. So the descendants of Noah went to Europe. So the Ashkenaz are descendants from Japhet. So they are not Semite. You cannot be accused of anti-Semitism because they are not Semites. They are Europeans. So they have no claim where they claim to belong to. See, this is the flat Earth map. Asia, you have Africa, Europe, Japhet, right there. He's the father of the Ashkenaz, the Europeans. They don't belong there. They don't. And somebody said, oh, for conversion. No. Because if India today, which has 1 billion people, if they decided to convert to Judaism, would you just move to Palestine? No, it's not like that. So, signs we are in Satan's little season. John 10:10, the thief come not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. In John 8:44, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. And he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. But this is important because in John 12:31, Jesus said, now is the judgment of this world, now shall the prince of this world be cast out. So in that generation, the devil was put into the abyss for 1,000 years. Because it doesn't make sense for Jesus to say that time and Satan is still not in the pit today. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. So what would be like if Satan ruled the world? Let's say, for you guys, think like when in the future, when Satan will be losing the future. Okay, what will it be like? Would there be constant wars all over the place, like we have today? Would there be hatred amongst people, like we have today? Would there be fighting and division, like we have today? Would there be, as perversion and child molestation, like we have today? Would there be secret islands where children are trafficked and no one is punished, like we have today? Would there be total control of free speech, like we are having today? Would there have been a genocide of 60 million Orthodox Christians, like we had? Would there be fake food, like people? Just saw a video. The Chinese are making rice out of plastic. People are eating plastic, think it's rice. So much fake food. Just go to the supermarket aisle, see that stuff is 90% fake. And the 10% remaining is so heavily industrialized and so many chemicals there. Will there be forced jab, like we have been having lately or had? Would there be a globe theory that annihilates the existence of God, or a flat earth truth that glorifies God? Which one? If Satan ruled the world, I think we would have a globe theory, not a flat earth truth. What would it be like if Satan ruled the world? Would there be presidents or governors using national airports to transport drugs, like we have? Would there be presidential candidates ripping the skin off the face of innocent children and wearing them on their own faces? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't say too much. A couple of weeks ago, this live stream was heavily censored. Would there be celebrities ordering $75,000 pizza, $65,000 hot dogs? Would you be ordering $5,000 children's clothes on Amazon? Would there be entire marketing for organ harvesting? Just watch a video like in Africa, Indians killing Africans just for their organs, black market, China, everywhere. I believe in Brazil too, South America. So if we are not in Satan's little, that's what convinced me that we are in Satan's little season. Because what else would you expect if you were not? Those are the signs we are in Satan's little season. I want to play a video here for you guys. The two videos. Let's watch one and the other.
One of the biggest problems that we have in this entire Israel-Palestine situation is the problem of
Christian Zionists.
Evangelical support for the Israeli government has resulted in
An ethnic cleansing.
and the destruction of Christian communities in historic Palestine.
So what side are you on?
Are you trying to save Christianity, or are you trying to destroy Christianity, because you're destroying it right now? And listen, and I'm going to take a lot of shit in your comment section for saying this, but listen, if your religion was created in somebody's basement in the 1800s,
I don't want to hear your position on Israel and Palestine. I don't find it valid.
So my problem with dispensationalism is because it just rose in the 1800s. And I fell for that because I had no other, when you start the Baptist church, that's what they teach. That's what they taught me, when you start getting my baptism classes, we got to take it for 3 months before getting baptized. That's what they taught us, that this whole TFE was going to be in the future. But this is clearly being manufactured by some people who are descendants of Japheth, whatever you pronounce that. These people here, they are killing the people who are descended of the Shem, Here, they are killing they are coming from here, they are descendants of this guy, and they are killing the people who are descendants of this guy, who are the truly biblical, owners of that place. So some of you brothers and sisters in Christ, you need to get this act together. That's why I've been vocal, and I like Pastor Dinodo a lot, but I think he's on the wrong side. He is on the wrong side on this one. We play one more video here.
There have been more than 100 complaints across every military branch in multiple installations about commanders telling their troops that the war in Iran is about Armageddon and the return of Christ, citing the unrestricted euphoria of their zealous commanders and command chains as to how this war is biblically sanctioned, triggering the end times and killing everyone. The doctrine of a rapture is a 19th century invention. Literally, for 90% of the time between Jesus Christ and now, Christians did not believe in a rapture. It was largely invented by a man named John Nelson Darby. And later, people like Clarence Larkin popularized the term dispensationalism, which made its way into the Scofield Bible and became the foundation for all kinds of theological fiction, like Hal Lindsey's late great Planet Earth and Tim LaHaye's Left Behind novels and movies. Literally, none of this is biblical. It's not even Christianity. It belongs exclusively to American evangelicalism, meaning these eschatological teachings are virtually unknown to countless millions of other Christians around the world. So when you see people pointing to current events in North Africa and Southeast Asia and saying end times, that's not biblical theology. That is dispensational fan fiction cosplaying as truth.
So that's my problem, because it's really, let me share this again, This Bible passages, it's very telling. So the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tiras, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Ripha, and Togarma, and the sons of Java, Elisha, and Tashish, Kittim, and Donahin, By these were the isles of the Gentiles, dividing their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. Gentiles, not Jews. Okay, so it's not fair that the guys are there saying it's their land. It's not. They belong. They were given a land, Europa. That's the land they were given. That's where they went. Okay, when the ark, when they landed, you know. So that's where they belong. So there's a lot of problems there, and basically, in my opinion, what they're doing, they are trying to play just like a role play. They're role playing Revelation to make you guys. So that's going back to that comment that where is it? See if I go back, I can find about being deceived. I think that if we stick to what Jesus said, that he would return to that generation, those people, I think we have way less chance of making any mistakes than believing 1800s, funded Rockefeller or Rothschild funded in biblical interpretation. That's where the danger is. Sticking to what the Bible says, the Geneva Bible, the little season, the Pope, all that stuff. They have everything there. You know, they call uh, the devil was cast into the abyss, just like Jesus said, was going to be judged in 2000 or 1000, 1500 years ago, whenever, because we are in a fake calendar anyway. But I think if we stick to what Scripture said, Jesus said he was going to return to that generation. We are making way less mistakes than believing this whole thing never happened, And I just gave a lot of signs that we are in Satan's lyricism. Because one of the first thing, wouldn't Satan hide the evidence of the 1,000 years? Of course he would. So many people just watch like the movie I watch with my daughters, like Rapunzel. She was a princess, and she didn't know because the wicked mother hid her true history, her true past. So these people did the same thing. They hid the true history, the evidence of the millennial kingdom. And it's pretty obvious. Satan would do, that's what Satan would do if he were in Satan's little season. He would hide evidence, and offer something that, for uh, would appear to be better. The Dark Ages were an age of light. Satan inverts. Yes, that was the case. We all say that they call darkness light and light darkness. So the Dark Ages were really the years when the Millennium Kingdom took place. Yeah, so many, I mean, it's sad, It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This whole thing is in the past. It's not going to happen again. So that's my point that I wanted to make about try it. I'll check in just a second, okay? So so my point is that those people are from Europe. They are not really, they don't belong to that. They are destroying the people who are from there, killing the people who are from there. He was giving that region to them. They belong there, and they are basically getting rid of them, replacing, just like they have replaced so many other people, they're replacing entire Europe. They are changing everything, So as far as the little season, and yes, they are hiding. Satan would do that, of course. And the people, the survivors who remember, they place them in asylums. And I think I heard, I'm not sure, you guys can confirm with me, but I heard that they are trying to bring those asylums back. The current administration in the US is talking about bringing those insane asylums back. So take a listen to this one here.
Between 1850 and 1870, insane asylum populations in America increased by 55%. The population only grew by 22%. Where did all these insane people suddenly come from? The census recorded 15,619 people insane in 1850. By 1870, it was 37,432 insane, more than double the amount previously recorded. That's not gradual, that's an explosion. And the diagnoses? Vague, melancholia, confusion, mania, just labels that justified locking people away. This spike happened right after the alleged mudflood period, right when Tartarian buildings were being demolished and history was being rewritten. What if these people weren't insane? What if they remembered? They remembered a different world, different architecture, different technology, a civilization that didn't match the new official story. So they were institutionalized, removed, silenced. New York built the Willard Asylum in 1867, 1,100 beds, filled immediately. Utica Asylum opened in 1844 with 600 beds, also filled. They weren't treating mental illness, they were erasing memory. And when you remove that many adults in 2 decades, you create a crisis, a generation of children with no parents. And the 250,000 orphans they created, that's even darker. Then came the orphan trains.
All right, so I heard, no, I have to confirm this, but about like 3 weeks ago, I heard is that current administration in the US, there are talks about bringing back those asylums. Why? Maybe we flat earthers will be put there, or anybody who goes against the whatever they are planning. Okay, but the whole thing is like uh, they are trying to act up the Revelation, Book of Revelation again. So many Christians are falling for that. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's why they call the Dark Ages, because there are evil people calling the Millennium Kingdom the Dark Ages. That's what it is. So I think this verse in Genesis and in First Chronicles says a lot. Okay, where is it? Says a lot. I think you guys should think before supporting what's going on, this whole operation, because these people are descended of Japheth, and they belong to Europe. They don't belong where they want to go now. They don't belong there. Okay, so think about it. See what the Bible says. Genesis 10, 2 to 5, and then you go to First Chronicles 1, 1 through 6, right there. Japheth, they are the descendants of the Japheth who went to Europe. They are not descended of Shem. They are not. They don't belong there. Okay? Now, if you say, oh, they converted, I saw, what's his name, Huckabee? Now, what if Japan, what if everybody here in Japan converts to, Judaism? Should all the Japanese people, 125 million, move to that land? What if the emperor here or the parliament decided, oh, we're all going to convert, just like they did in the 1300s? Should all the Japanese move there? How about the Taiwanese? They are disputing with China. What if they all convert? What if India, with 1 billion people, convert? All of India, will they all move to that region? No, it's not like that. Okay, so I think you guys, I understand. I have been a dispensationalist for most of my life. About over 10 years ago, I realized the prophecy of Daniel had been fulfilled in Christ. So that one already, even before I believed the earth flat Earth, I knew there would be no Antichrist. Antichrist is in the past. Stuff is in the past. So let me play one more song, short song this time, and then we should come back and wrap up the show. I'm gonna play a reggae song. Yeah, let's listen to this one.
Exodus 20, verse 3, Genesis 5, verse 21, Genesis 11, Genesis 1, verse 7.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so.
Flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a. Read the book of Enoch, then tell us so real Pocky was a wise man, no, and a idiot. Walk with God, come back and teach us how the earth make and everything in that. Tell her how the sun, moon and star move. Listen to the words of God, cause so through them trick we and deceive we, make we confuse. In a this a world where the devil want. Flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a. Don't get tricked, you study the stars, study all-star movements. Overall, them move in a one-way car circular. That means that the earth now move none tall. If the earth did a spin round the sun as them set, while the sun a travel round in a the galaxy, that means star fear fly from everywhere. But put it to the test, I know that you will get. Cause a flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a. Prove what you know, don't tell me money here say. Truth where you grow me, I tell you no space there. Read the Bible, cause every truth place there. Wise up every youth, please don't stray away. About the story of Nimrod, Tower make God have to make many language come here. Nothing can overthrow God power. Remember your history in the age of Noah, Casa. Flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a flat earth, we live in a flat earth, a God work and everything live ya. Happy a deception, we a live in a that globe, you show me no live in a. Fix yourself or dismiss yourself.
That was good. I started the week with a reggae song, flat earth reggae song. And I appreciate all of you who've been sending me songs, very nice songs. And sometime I'm going to start repeating them. And I want to share here if you want to support. I just saw somebody. This was upon request. People are requesting me. Actually, the whole store, the whole store stuff was because people were requesting me, Eddie, you have some nice maps and you have this and that. I would like to put. So the whole store idea was because some of you sent me messages. And this one here was specifically because somebody asked me, can you have a t-shirt that's blue like the UN? There's the symbol of UN that says, once you go flat, you never go back. And there you have your t-shirt. So just visit the store. If you want to support the channel, any way you want. Just go to any video. Like right now, I have this one, More and More Women are researching flat Earth. It's a compilation from TikTok. All women. This whole video, it's all women talking about flat Earth. Really cool. And just click on one of the links there, poster. And I don't depend much on the international because the store did fold, like they didn't pay, but they are still delivering items to people. So as long as you get what you're ordering from outside the US, you can click on the Spring link. They will send it overseas, outside the US, right? But I recommend, if you are within the US, go to Flat Earth Banjo. That's Rick Hinckley's store. He put it up for me. He did it, the whole thing. The whole thing is, this whole thing here, Rick put it together. And I deeply appreciate, him for doing such thing. It was really nice, right? But if you live in the outside the US, you can click on the last link. It's almost the same thing. I know they're not being good at paying creators, but at least they are sending out, the stuff. Okay. So if you want to support the channel, feel free, become a Patreon. I would greatly appreciate. Things are getting difficult here. I mean, people are saying that this stuff in Iran, some people say we only have like 2 months worth of fuel, gasoline. Some people say, oh, maybe 5 months. But we don't know. Let's see what happens. So, guys, I do hope. Thank you. Yes, nice music. So just visit the playlist. And sometimes that's what I do when I'm doing chores here around the house. I just let the playlist on, and song after song, all Flat Earth songs. All right. So, guys, I don't know. I think that's all for today. We've been on for an hour, 29 minutes. And I really appreciate all of you being here. Don't forget TFE, the clown show, when the people try to mock God's creation, the circling sun, as Psalm 19:6 has it. As a matter of fact, I do have a banner here. This one right here. So, right there, Psalm 19:6 is going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his secret unto the ends of it. There's nothing hid from the heat thereof. Okay, that's Psalm 19:6. And, that's what the Bible says. And these people, they want to go against what the scripture says. I do appreciate, thank you, brother Flat Earth Patriot. I think it's time for us to wrap up the show. I appreciate all of you for being here. May the Lord keep and bless each and every one of you. Keep you guys safe. Let's hope we will make another week and be here again next weekend if God so allows us to be here. It was nice to spend some time with, about 80 Flat Earth friends and family in Christ. Victoria, big hug to you. Thanks for the songs that you sent. Yuko, my dear sister in Christ here in Japan. All of you, Silent Matthews Halbert, thank you so much for being here. May the Lord keep each one of you safe, your families, and we'll see each other again next week. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratospherius. A scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon, with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles of temperature, up a dead drop in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight. behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve around us, but forever short time past intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you'll deceive us, we keep through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine, luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero fuels, higher than air. A level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning, no fair. Stars on the firmament, turning all around us, to forever short time past geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us, we keep through you like air. Mystics on a luminous light, fantastical, magical, breathtaking. We see through you like air. Magical angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air.